Hey, how's it going everybody? It's Tanner here and welcome back to a new Ninjago episode review in my series of Ninjago episode reviews for the Season 11 story. Today we're going to be taking a look at episode 10 entitled Ancient History. So this episode pretty much features sort of a backstory for Asphira as a whole and sort of summarizes why she is doing what she's doing in this episode. So basically what's going on is that we are going to be talking about some good things, some bad things, and then like all my episode reviews, I will be giving the overall episode a score out of 10 when the review comes to a conclusion. But for now, let's talk about some of the good things that I enjoyed. First of all, carrying over from the past episode, the battles are incredible. We actually see a few other types of fights going on in this episode. The ninja actually split up into two different teams and actually take on various tasks, so I thought that was cool to see. And again, talking about the teams, we do have Kai, Jay, and Cole going after Scales from the original Ninjago season to go ahead and try to talk with him and figure out what Asphira's plan is. And in the meantime, we have Zane, Nia, and Lloyd going about their way to try and stop Asphira from reaching the, deceiver, the great deceiver, if you will, who is of course revealed to be Master Wu later on in this episode. And yeah, it's pretty cool. I love seeing Scales again. He was pretty cool to see pop back up, as well as older Serpentine members. They're always fun to revisit when they actually serve a purpose, which it kind of seems like, you know, it's only when they have to stop some big villain, which they kind of make fun of in this episode. They kind of say, the only time you come back to talk to us is when you need our help with something. And it's true. I mean, the Serpentine did kind of, you know, terrorize Ninjago throughout the first couple of seasons, so kind of makes sense. And also, we have a little bit more Forbidden Spinjitzu going, specifically with Lloyd. Something else I did think was a huge highlight, though, was actually Nia and her water powers. They actually were used in a very creative and effective manner, which would kind of make sense considering how she would be, I guess, the best, thing to go after, you know, the Pyro Snakes, because of course they are fire-based villains and water beats fire in pretty much everything. So it was kind of cool to see her get a little bit of a spotlight. I thought that was really cool. And again, this episode is mainly just battle-focused and actual, you know, plans. They focus on creating plans of attack and they actually execute those attacks fairly well. I was really impressed with everything that happened in this episode, with of course a few exceptions. Again, the Serpentine I used as a convenient plot device because of course, you know, why not? I mean, the Serpentine are basically tasked to give the entire backstory of Asphira, and while that was cool to see, yeah, the Serpentine are back, but only for actual exposition, which again is understandable to say the least, but I really don't see how that could have been avoided. And again, something else that kind of bothered me, but it really wasn't that big of a deal, were the whole one-sided battles going on in which we had two teams of ninja basically going about their different tasks. Again, some of the other inconsistencies in the episode aside, that kind of bothered me. It really always does when the ninjas split up like that, but I did think it was used effectively in this episode, so I can't really fault it too much for that. Overall, this episode was really cool to see, lots of interesting nods to prior Ninjago seasons, and for the most part, it was a pretty fun ride. I really enjoyed this episode quite a bit. I'm going to go ahead and give this episode an 8.5 out of 10 for everything I just listed in my review. With all that being said, that'll just about do it for the review, so thank you guys so much for watching this episode. If you enjoyed the video, as always, don't forget to give it a huge thumbs up rating, and of course, remember to hit the subscribe button if you've not done so already. Once again, guys, the comment section is there for the various discussions that you would like to have regarding this topic, or if you just had a comment of a general nature, that's fine as well. In the description, you will find the links towards my other forms of social media, whether it be my Twitter, my Instagram, my Patreon, or my merch. Be sure to support me on all those platforms if you would like to. With all that being said, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video once again. My name is TannerFishies, and with that, I bid you farewell.